What's happening, everybody? It's your old pal Mr. Butter. I'm having a lazy Sunday afternoon. I just remembered that I had this pair of shoes and I've been meaning to do a review on them, but I just couldn't get around to it. So let's get into these iron gray Sacai Blazer lows. Alright, so first up, whenever I did the review of the Sacai Clot LD Waffle collaboration, it came in a box that looked pretty much identical to this. Just this orangish, reddish Nike color. It is the drawer style box. It's got Nike there on the top. It's kind of in the same color as the box, so it's not real obvious, but you can see it there. It's more glossy than Nike font. The box has some Sacai and Nike branding, just in real big bold letters. And they also gave us a plain white rope style lace, a lot like the Kiss of Death LD waffles. This has the N and the front of the swoosh on one side, then it's blank, and then it's got the rest of the Nike letters and the back of the swoosh on the other side. Just unique, pretty cool. The tag reads Nike Blazer Low Sacai. The colors are iron gray, white, white. Retail on these was $120, and at the time I bought these, the price was still right around that. I think I paid right around $120 for this pair, and then I think with fees and everything, it came to about $140, but not bad for this pair. At the time that I bought these, I wasn't expecting to be able to score a pair of the LD waffles, and I just really wanted a Sacai collaboration in the collection, so that was my reason for getting these. I like the iron gray colorway, and I thought it would be easy to style. At the time that I bought these as well, I thought that I would be returned to the office here soon. Since then, that has changed with this recent, resurge of COVID and whatnot, but hopefully we'll get to the office soon, and this is definitely a pair of shoes that I think I can rock in the office. And then we'll just dive right into it. Here is my first look at the Nike Sacai Blazer Low in the iron gray colorway. I'm always a fan of gray and white. I think it really doesn't matter what outfit you have, gray and white is going to be real easy to style with. With every Sacai collaboration that gets released, I just become more and more of a fan. So when I saw that the cost of these was pretty much right around what they went for on release day for retail, I just decided that it was a shoe that I thought was worth paying resale prices on at that time. I haven't looked at the prices recently, but I think prices have been holding pretty steady right there. And I just think it's a very modern twist on a classic, the Nike Blazer silhouette. It's been around for a long time, and this is just a very modern take on that. One thing that jumps out at me, of course, it's a Sacai collaboration, so there's two of everything. But I love that neon orange swoosh on the tag of the tongue. That's pretty much the only color I see on the entire shoe, but I just love the way that pops off of there. I think that's pretty cool. I don't know if I would keep two sets of laces in it whenever I start wearing these. Probably not. I'll probably just put one set in. I'm thinking I would probably go with the gray. And like I mentioned before, they gave us an extra set of white rope laces, but the laces that came in them are just the flat style lace. And we've got an iron gray color and a white color. Looks pretty cool. One thing that took me by surprise a little bit is just how thick this exposed foam is here in the ankle area. I knew that it had exposed foam, but I don't think I had noticed anybody else saying just how thick this foam is. But I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just pointing it out. And like all Blazers, it's got that vulcanized outsole. So you just have this bright white rubber It'll be very grippy. It's got a nice herringbone traction for the most part. Looks nice and clean. And then this midsole is where it starts getting crazy. It's bright white as well. And of course, this being a Sacai, the midsole looks like it's 2 or 3 midsoles kind of all overlapping one another. And I think that's a really neat detail. It's got a cool texture on it. And I just like that. In the heel, you can see it looks like it's about 5 or 6 different midsoles kind of coming up there, but that's just a real neat detail on it. I think it's pretty cool. The shoe does have some weight to it, and I feel like a lot of that might just be all this extra rubber that's on there, but I don't mind that. Won't have to wear my ankle weights that day, I guess, you know. But then even on the toe cap, you can see that you've just got what looks like a bunch of overlapping midsoles coming up, and I think that looks cool. But then coming to the toe box, and then really the entire upper, the base of the upper of this entire shoe, it's just this nice, it's a suede. I saw some other reviews on this, and some people were acting like this was like the nicest suede they had ever felt. It's a nice material, but it's not anything like, it's not anything that took my breath away. To be honest, I think the quality of the suede on the SB Force 58s is better than this, but that's just my opinion. But like I said, there's nothing wrong with this suede. It's just, you know, I think it's like mid-level. I don't know. Then that iron gray suede, you can see it continue on back the rest of the shoe, and you don't get a whole lot of life out of it or anything, but it's a good enough material. Looks good, has a nice texture on it. And you'll also notice all the threading, all the stitching on that iron gray suede matches just perfectly. Then coming up to the eye stays, you can see once again Sacai is doing what they do, and we've got 2 different colors of overlapping leather. On the base we got a bright white, and then on top of that we've got an iron gray color. And for both of those pieces, the stitching matches the color of the panel perfectly, both white and iron gray. To keep with that theme, we've got double swooshes, white and iron gray, and again the stitching matches. The tongue on the top is that gray suede material, and it's got this white tag with that bright orange swoosh. And then the tongue below that is like a white nylon style tongue, and that's got Nike Sacai on the tag.